Next, we have with us Lars Moeslein from HAECO. He's the Senior Vice President, Group Commercial for Asia Pacific. Welcome, Lars. Welcome to MRO South Asia Conference.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
So, yes, Lars, since you said this is your first time with the MRO South Asia Conference, how do you find the conference, the scale, the capacity, and everything?
I'm actually very positive about this MRO here. It's amazing, the network, to see the major players on the market. The show we had yesterday, a celebration, the awards, it was just mind-blowing. So very welcoming, very good networking opportunity, and for us, the perfect place to be in an exciting market as India is at the moment. So we can feel that growth, we can feel the excitement. So we are here at the right time.
Wow, thank you so much. And what do you think about India's MRO market in general? Like 5 years down the line, there was nothing MRO in India as such. Since last 5 years, a lot of things have developed, and right now India is considered as the most upcoming MRO market in Southeast Asia. What are your views on that?
Yeah, I think looking into the order books, obviously there is a huge market coming ahead of us. There is a footprint, so we have ASL, we have GMR, we have Airworks. There are MROs in the country already. There are MROs surrounding India, so there are outsourcing opportunities. I think with the new fleets coming in, that will change. So there's a seek of having local capabilities, having engine shops, component shops in India. I think that is the big change we're going to see in the next 5 years from now, depending on the new technology of airframes coming in. I think it's, for us, exciting as the existing market is heavily outsourced market. So for the outside MRO, still an important market to source from the outside. But it would be even more exciting to have corporations or to have a local footprint to source the market from the inside. But I think that will be a time frame 3 to 6 years from now.
So, if you are planning to come to India, like to invest, or how will you plan it out? Will that be a joint venture? Will you come in as an independent MRO? How is that working out?
Yeah, I think what you see at the moment, fast-moving investments and build-ups are on the military sector. So HAECO is part of the Swire Group, and our policy is a non-military policy. So we are concentrating mainly on the civil aviation sector. We obviously have the invest capabilities, but what we do at the moment, instead of going into the market and start investing, is to listen, to understand the market, to understand the local footprints, to understand the obstacles which are there, which is supply chain, infrastructure, talents, mechanics, for example, training capabilities. So building a hangar is relatively easy, invest into a hangar, but running it with mechanics and have sustainable inductions is very difficult. So at the moment, we're building up a sales force. So we have a dedicated director. You will see us more on trade shows like that. You will see us more in the market, but we're listening at the moment. We understand, we try to see what is the forecast for the next years before we go in and make our decisions. Can be a joint venture, can be a partnership with a local MRO, but it can also be something completely new. So at the moment, I think we're making good progress. We understand the market more and more. We are in discussions, and we see the potential.
Wow, okay. And can you tell me something about your capabilities? What is the latest thing that you're doing currently in HAECO?
Yeah, HAECO is now, this year we are celebrating 75 years of HAECO. So we are a Hong Kong-based company. We have our base maintenance in Hong Kong and in Xiamen. In Xiamen, we have a big year, end of 26 to 27. We are moving into our new facility. That will be the biggest single-span hangar in the world with 12 bays. Can actually fit 12 A380s if we want. So we are investing a lot into sustainability. Sustainability will bring us efficiency, and efficiency will bring us growth within our base maintenance offering. We have line maintenance stations in Hong Kong and also around China. We have a relatively big landing gear shop in Xiamen, where we are capable of serving 787s, for example. We're looking into 350 landing gears. We have A320 and 737 landing gear capability. This year we're going to celebrate our 1000th GE90 induction. So our engine shop also in Xiamen. It's a great milestone of HAECO having that knowledge and capability in the market. We also have component capabilities where we serve most of the airframes and our nacelle capabilities, which is quite an interesting product for the Indian market. Having thrust reverser, nacelles, flight control, radome capabilities, which are needed in the Indian market now and in the future.
All right, a lot of things that you do, and you must be very busy with the demand. How do you see the demand developing this year? Like since the start of the year, as compared to the last year's January, and you compare this year's January, February, how do you see the demand and the hangar capacity, and how are you managing? Like if there is a very high demand, how do you manage the hangar capacity?
Yeah, demand is indeed very high in the region. The demand is also connected to labor force availability. As I said at the beginning, building a hangar doesn't solve the problem. You have to have the mechanics to run the hangar. So our shops are full. That's not a secret in Hong Kong and in Xiamen. What we're trying to do is have partnerships with our key customers. Partnership means long-term planning. That means planning for the next 4 to 5 years to secure slots. But it also means understanding better our partners, what needs they have and what services we can actually design to fit their needs. So this is for us at the moment the goal of managing the limited amount of capacity and allocate it to the right partners we want to grow over a long term together with. So going away from the ad hoc, short-term, single hangar, slot requests to more like a stabilized long-term partnership where we are actually understand each other and support each other over a longer term.
Yeah, seems like a wonderful solution to the rising demand. Partnerships. Yeah, of course.